So let's talk about this because obviously Fernando Tatis is going to be locked up for 14 years. I put myself in maybe one of your clients' shoes. And I think about not only because this is a lot of money, it's a shortstop position. And I love that the shortstops, they have power now. Like we're able to embrace that. But I'm curious because this market, especially next season with Javier Baez, Corey Seager, Carlos Correa, these big names, if I was a client of yours and I responded to you or I approached you and I said, hey, Rach, Tatis just got all this, I'm going to say Padre money instead of daddy money. He got all this Padre money. How would this conversation go? Because what I feel like I'd be like, hey, Rach, make me as much Tatis money because now shortstops with power who maybe only have 2 years of service time are getting all this money. How would this conversation go down?
I mean, one, I think you have to look at the individual player. Obviously, it's not just like he's a very unique player. Also, he has the benefit of, I think, to be honest with you, I think the Padres got a really great deal.
Okay.
If he was Lindor, and I keep saying this, and Trevor actually talked to, I think, Lindor at one point when they were playing together. He was like, have you ever thought about doing an extension? Because there were talks about Lindor doing an extension. He was like, no, I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to play it out. And that's what Trevor would do too. Trevor is a risk taker. Like, he bets on himself. And my guess is Lindor is going to make more money in the long run. Lindor he's betting on himself and he's maximizing every year, and he's going to end up with more money. If you look at Tatis is, I mean, when he would go on the open market, he would command, my guess is somewhere, if he stays on track, like how he's performing, he would be commanding an AAV of like 36, 35, 36, 37, who knows, right? He's getting 24. So he left a lot of money on the table. Now, that's not to say that 340 million or whatever is not a shit ton of money too. And a lot of times with these younger guys, if you come to them when they're making the minimum 560 and you say, I'm going to give you guaranteed all this money up front, it's really hard for them to turn it down. Now, once they hit arbitration, they're getting a little more money. It's a little easier. And that's where you get guys like Lindor who are just like, well, now Lindor's going to cost a lot of money. And he's going to have made a lot too already. You know, he got over 10 the first year of ARB, and then the second year he's like 17. And like, he's made a lot. And he will make a lot on the market. Tatis, they got the benefit of, before he really breaks out and is like, and we have to bid with all the other teams because they probably can't outbid some of those big markets. They were like, we'll just guarantee you right now, while you don't have a lot of money, we're just going to say, here, we'll throw all this money at you and we lock you up for life. Now whether that's an individual choice for everyone to, every player to look at, and if they want to do that, but you do leave money on the back end for sure. But I think if you're a player that is in that caliber, and you're young and you're in your first year, second year, third year, I think you really have to look at it and realize, like, you have the potential to make a lot more. Now, it's risky. You could also get hurt and you don't make a lot more, but you could. So do you bet on yourself? And everyone's different when it comes to that.
Yeah.
And then, or else, you can lock in, if you want to be kind of a franchise player, you can lock in money now, and that's guaranteed. But that also comes with the fact that, I mean, you look at someone like Nolan Arenado. He signs a big deal, takes the money, signs an extension, and within a year, he's begging to get out of there. He's so miserable. I think, like, there are a lot of things to consider with that. But, yeah, he does kind of, set the market, especially for, if you're some of these shortstops, coming into free agency next year. I mean, Lindor's going to demand a lot.